religious book can be interpreted in a multiplicity of ways through, the writings in the margin, and a new rabbi comes along and it's reinterpreted, and it's very cultural and it's very subjective. It's gone through a million filters. But what's below all that is human psychology, human development, sociology, all of these general sorts of things. And I can say that every culture, every place has its holy book, and they can either use it to unify or divide. Like, I don't know, man. Humans are crazy, dude. Humans are crazy.
Yeah, so, I mean, basically, that's an all or nothing statement, but the point is, we both know that when you study history, you know that, like, human behavior hasn't changed, and most likely it won't change. So,
I think it is changing. I think it is, slowly. Maybe that's where we depart ways, but I think it can be changed.
See, this is why you live in a bubble.
I think it's going to be forced to be changed.
Okay.
I think it's going to be forced to be changed.
What did Ukraine...
Because, you know why?
I mean, just look at what has happened in Russia and Ukraine. I mean, you think that behavior is going to change? No, it's gonna keep happening everywhere. This is like an ant mound, and there's competing ant hordes fighting, like drone morons fighting each other to the death perpetually. Right. That's the true history of mankind, is perpetual war.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think people say God is the God of war.
I think that's why I have a lot of conflict with anybody on any side of this battle. Like, if I go into the Jew rooms, honestly, people will think that I'm critical of them. And if I go into the Muslim rooms, people will think I'm critical of them in particular. But that's not the case. What it is that I do believe, I do hold on to my ideals, and I do believe that there's room enough for everyone. Whereas some folks, if you really adhere to your particular tribe, they feel, and this is a general human thought, is that it's always going to be competing narratives, and it's always going to be competition. And so if you have that kind of mindset, then, like you were saying earlier in your spiel, that all words are political, all words are kind of poetry, all words can be used just as a device for an ends, right? I don't see the world that way. I don't see it that way. And I think these sorts of conflicts, I think they are going to be. I think humanity will be pacified, forcefully pacified, because the weapons systems now, they're getting more cheap and stronger. And so unless all the governments of the world don't forcefully pacify their populaces, then there's going to be huge problems. So I do think that we're moving towards this kind of forced harmonization. I'm not saying any one particular person or group or company is in charge of this, but that's kind of how I see the world heading. So I think things are changing. Yeah. I know, I have strange ideas. I know, and probably I'm wrong, but...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to... I don't even want to go into, like, the technological progression of explosives and, targeting and software and all that stuff. So, I would just like to encourage you to repeat after me. Peace, balance, strength, and wisdom. I mean, honestly, it's like there's so many rabbit holes you can go down, so many paths. I mean, but, like, I have all these competing, things for your attention as a beautiful, smelling, fragrant flower.
I have a question, though. Doge, because you, like, joke a lot on Clubhouse, and I don't understand the center, like, your particular stance on anything much. I'm pretty transparent. I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm just saying, like, maybe sometimes very highly intelligent people give consideration to a multiplicity of facets of any angle of anything. Do you use comedy as a way of kind of avoiding, what would I say, one particular point of view?
No, I mean, to me, the whole thing is about like a spiritual awakening and unity with God. Gnosis does seem to be the thing that all of these spiritual documents point towards, which is like there's a way to get with God, and it's through books and words. And so
You think so? Through books? I don't know.
that's what I just
I
read in
think it goes
Tanya.
me into I think it's the garden thing. I think it's like when you take those books and you manifest them into physical places, and then people
It
can
says,
walk and feel in a peaceful manner. I don't know, like a space,
but see
like
that's
a
my
space that has been manifested in a physical realm where everybody can chill and like, you know, kind of like the Garden of Eden sort of idea. I don't think I think when things are left in books,
no, I
they're left
agree
at
with you.
a
It is
distance
Garden
from
of Eden.
ourselves.
But when I say God, I just mean, the presence in the Garden of Eden. So what I'm trying to point at is that
And I
you
agree.
think I'm using comedy as a way to deflect. I'm not. That's the show.
Yes.
But
yes.
the thing is, you don't want to give away the show. The conclusion is essentially silence now, Zen now. Go beyond the word state into the wordless state, which is meditation. I like to say every conversation ultimately ends with me saying, guess what? Now we should be talking about, hypnotizing each other with meditation, because it's about breathing and using, to me, it's better to use positive neurolinguistic program words as opposed to going down rabbit holes which take you to hell, which is Gehenna. Those who are not united with God on this app bring you to hell. And so I'd just like to say again, peace, balance, strength, and wisdom.
I don't know, man. I think you're kind of deflecting.
Listen, I don't know what to tell you, but like you can give opinions. You can give opinions till 5 o'clock. You could give opinions till 5 o'clock. You know how I'll have more faith and trust in you is when you read to me from the Tanya, or when you read to me from Torah, because that's still words coming from you, and it's highly intelligent words. Unfortunately, your words just don't match up to the intelligence of the books that I have. And so, that's me judging you. I mean, that's the reverse, devil's advocate. And I'm not saying I'm smart. I'm saying the books I have are smart, and I can read them.
Right.
So it's superior communication to your inferior non-fucking genius book. I mean, communication, I'm agnostic.
You have faith in your own convictions, right? You have faith in your own convictions, not just from books. Right?
Well, see, the saying is.
Do you have faith in your interpretation of these words?
Yeah, I think I think my comprehension is pretty high. I took the LSAT, and that was the highest percentage that I got on the LSAT was the reading comprehension.
I believe you've done well on the LSAT.
I didn't. I'm terrible at logic.
Really?
I didn't score well, and I still could have gone to law school, but the point is, it's like, who wants to take on all that debt? It's crazy. So just go to some fucking, paper mill law school. It's just ridiculous. You still got to pass the bar. It's not like you win anything. It's so stupid.
No, man. Everybody I know, all my family's lawyers, and they all hate being lawyers.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
They hate it.
I don't know. I know a woman who said that her husband's making $2 million a year, $3 million a year. She's like, it's a license to steal. I was like, yeah. It's like, it really is.
No, it's also a license to do good. It depends how you approach it.
No, I'm just saying that,
I mean,
I think it's a cool profession.
Some of them really nice people. Some of them genuinely nice people. Like, they use it to try to make the world a better place.
I think it's a cool profession.
There's all sorts of different. Yeah.
I like it. It's war with the pen. To me, that's like that's a great way of dealing with problems. It's like, don't actually use a sword, use a pen. And do the meeting of the minds. That's the whole point, is meeting of the minds. Union with each other, union. In my opinion, people who can't do union with others are not doing union with God, because I have to create love to give it to you, and the only way for me to truly create great love is to create it with God. That's my opinion.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's yeah. You know what? You know what's happening in the world right now is that you had all these distant tribes, different groups of people, and the world's getting smaller, and then there's a clash of civilizations. I mean, fucking, what's his name there? I get so misinterpreted, misrepresented in this app sometimes. Fucking, what's his name was just made the assumption that I was like anti-Semitic or something because I'm for peace. Honestly, the true anti-Semites are the ones that are fucking saying, "Oh, the people in the world just fucking kill each other." The whole Middle East, why don't they just? When I left the womb, you cradled me. On. Yeah, fucking death and destruction. Yeah, I think so, Anna. I really do think so. But you know what it is. I feel sorry for all the folks that live along the fault lines of the clash of civilizations, because in this conflict,
yeah, look what happens. They get October 7th. When you live along fault lines, you get October 7th.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, look at the fucking Caucasus and look at the Balkans. Like, they're good people, and they're stuck between Christendom. And I'll make the bold statement that Israel is stuck between Christendom and the Islamic world. And then they get shit on because there's a billion people behind them pushing on either side, pushing each other towards one another. Same with Lebanon. Same with Syria. They get pushed. It's like a massive line of people. And then deep inside Islam, peace. Deep inside Christendom, peace. And it's the people that are along the fault lines that have to deal with the complexity of the situation. And, my personal opinion is that the only way that any of this shit can be solved is through, actual, love, as corny as it sounds, And then on Clubhouse...
Yeah, but love and wisdom, they go together. Love and wisdom go together. You can't have love without wisdom. You can't have wisdom without love. I'm telling you, without study, there will be no union. There will be no reconciliation, and there will be no formative process that will take place. Truly, people have to...
No, there's some good people.
I don't know. Love, God, wisdom, wisdom, God, love. I'm telling you, without those three words in the equation of any kind of reconciliation or de-escalation, without wisdom, love, God, there will be no peace. I'm telling you, that's my opinion.
What about people who, they haven't read a fucking book in their life?
Then it won't work. Then they'll be too easily propagandized to start the whole process over again.
No, man. Highly intelligent people can... There's a famous study about this. One's political viewpoint and one's intelligence, they're two completely different things.